All right, so we have Stephanie Wadham's in the building today with us from Goldie Agency. Welcome, Stephanie.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. For anyone watching, Stephanie is an account manager, account director at our agency, and we've worked together for years and years now, right? I
Yeah, I
think you've
think
seen
this
this
is
agency, you've seen this agency grow from like making five figures to six figures to seven figures to multi seven figures. You've been there every step of the way, which is amazing. So today, what we're going to talk about is client retention and keeping clients. Now, I know, for example, you're very much like client facing. What are some of the main things that you've learned about retention along the way?
I would generally say like what I've learned along the way is that like not everyone obviously understands like what SEO is and like the value it has. So it's like really presenting like keeping them in the loop, because like I said, like not everyone has the knowledge and understanding that like we do and like the effect that it has on obviously their site and bringing through like business for them. So it's like still keeping them in the loop that they understand the value of what it does and what it has on their business from like when they first started to where they are, say, like 3 months in, 6 months in, 9 months in, and etc. And just making sure that they do. We don't obviously have to explain like everything we do, that's why they hire us. But yeah, it's just letting them know the effect that like our work is having on them.
Yeah, that's one thing that I see most SEO agencies like make the mistake of is like number one, they don't keep their clients updated. Like they're not proactively reaching out to their clients. But then number two is even when they are, they don't translate what SEO actually means. So they might send like a super long SEO audit to their clients, and then the client opens their email and they're like, I don't even know what half of this stuff means. And I've seen it
Yeah.
with we've hired like pay-per-click agencies in the past, and they sent me a spreadsheet, and I'm like, mate, there's no way, number one, I'm going to translate this, and number two, I don't know what half of it means. And it's like you need someone. The way that I see like a client success manager is kind of like a coach, someone to hold that client accountable, someone to hold the hand every step of the way and to lead them. What's your take?
Exactly. No, 100%. It's like it is really important for our clients as well, is that obviously we offer content, obviously, as you know, but sometimes like they want to keep it like in-house, they have someone already, or but it's like making their life as easy as we can, like giving them the content ideas, giving them the keywords they should focus on, but also holding them accountable that they are actually producing it on their end if they say they're going to do it, so with like my clients, I check their sites, making sure that they are actually producing like the content that they're meant to be doing, like holding them accountable that they are doing what they're meant to do their end if they want to keep stuff in house and not just leaving it to say like the link building, because obviously you need a few other elements to make sure you're having a successful like SEO campaign, but yeah, holding them accountable that they are doing what they're meant to do their end to also get the results that they like desire. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, explaining things to them, like not just sending them like a a huge report and like with a spreadsheet with all of these tabs where they have no idea what's going on. So, obviously normally when we send the reports, they are a bit confusing, to someone that has no knowledge at all. It looks like waffle, they don't even know what it is. So it's like booking a call and running through it and being, I always say to my clients, like, I'm your right hand man, that I'm here to assist you along the way. So use me to your best ability. Like I have a very good knowledge, like use it to your best ability.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like if you can be there and you're like the person that they trust for advice, then number one, the client gets way more out of the service. And then number two is you build that stronger relationship where they come to you, they trust you, and they see you as an advisor, right? Like one of the things that blows my mind is that I've seen so many link building agencies that don't even have like an account manager. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what is their retention rate like? Because if you have no relationship with that client and that client has no relationship with you, not even a face to a name, it's so easy for them to switch. There's no differentiation, right?
100%, 100%. I've had that conversation with the clients before, they're like, oh, I worked with an agency. They would just have like a support email,
Oh,
and it was no like
I'm
personal,
out.
like it wasn't like a name slash like, obviously I have like Stephanie at Goldie Agency, that they know I'm Stephanie. I have my little picture, they know who I am, what I look like. But yeah, but like before it was just like support at XYZ, like info at XYZ, there was no like actual personal, and like they were constantly having to chase like, oh, what's going on? Like, how are my results looking? Where we're a lot more like proactive, where a client doesn't have to email me for an update. A client doesn't have to email me for their results. We email our clients at least once a week, with like general updates, letting them know, like keeping them in the loop. So yeah, they understand like kind of what's going on, where they are in the process and everything.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that's so key as well. It's like proactively reaching out. Like I know we were talking about it before this call where you want basically like you want a list of all your clients and then you want to know every single week, have I contacted them? Have we had a call? If we've not had a call, let's jump on a Loom video, break everything down for them and just proactively give them those touch points. Like you were, for example, handing out some topical maps to some of the clients as a freebie to help them. Like that's exactly what you need to do to keep clients close to you, right?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like it's such a fine line for a client, just to feel like they're having to communicate, they're having to do what they do. Like they hire us for a reason, they want us to always do the job, but they still want to know like what's going on. Like, as I said, they don't want to know like how we're doing what we're doing. Like, they don't need to know like a lot of them don't want to know how to do SEO. No, they have a business, they're professional in what they do, but they just want to know like, okay, am I getting the results that I want? And like offer, as you said about the topical maps, like offering like free additional value, like it goes a long way. Just like the keyword research, content calendars, like topical maps, like the site audits that we do, like at least like once a month, like making sure that they are getting what they want, they are getting the results, because that's what the end goal is. Like they want like more traffic, more like and more money, more revenue. That's all it is. And it's like that's why they hire us. And if we're not doing what we're doing, what's the point? So it's like showing them that they're getting what they want.
Yeah, that's it. And one thing I've noticed as well about our agency, I'm sure you'd notice this, is like every single year we try and stack out more value with retention to keep clients. Like the easier it is for our clients to get the results, the more we win. So for example, like the Discord channel that we have directly for clients on the SEO boardroom, the SEO Elite Circle where, clients can jump on coaching calls, they can ask us questions, they can DM me, they can DM you. They get all
Mhm.
our recipes so that they can literally just copy and paste and steal our recipes, not just for SEO, but for everything. It's like that's the sort of value that I think keeps clients with us. And like if you look at the amount of testimonials we have now, it's ridiculous, right? It seems to build up every year.
Crazy, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
From yeah, looking at us like a few years back, it's just how like even like because obviously I was like the first account manager, so
Yeah,
like I saw us like right from the start. And yeah, the value that we offer, like you said, like year on year, it's just grown, and we're always trying to like give more value to our clients. It's not like we get to a point and we just stay at like a plateau, it's like we're constantly trying to like give them more value. Like, okay, what can we do? Like, what's missing? What more can we give them? So yeah, it's definitely a growth like every year.
yeah, 100%. 100%. All right. So we've talked about how great we are. We've got that out of the way. We've given some actionable tips to improve retention. What about some of the biggest mistakes that we've made? And we've made
Big,
plenty, let's be honest.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I'd probably say maybe some of like the other services that we offered. I think it's like sometimes we spread ourselves too thin, in the other services that we offered. Could get can get a little bit confusing. It's like having like different like elements. Obviously, we do obviously like the link building SEO side of things, and then obviously the content creation, and we offer the free services. But I think, yeah, there has been like times that we probably laid ourselves a bit too thin, and it kind of got a little bit confusing.
Yeah, I would agree. Like one looking back, probably one of the worst services we ever decided to do was selling like outreach for Helper Reporter. You remember
Yeah,
that? And it was
yeah, I
like
remember that.
it was so human heavy. It was so like labor intensive. Like you need a quality checker, and then you need a manager, and then you need all these writers. Sometimes they get sick, or they don't show up, or they don't send enough reports. And like
Yeah,
it felt almost like we were building a whole new business from scratch
yeah. Hmm.
for very, very little reward. And
Yeah,
I think we just cut it short, didn't we? After 2 or 3 months, you're like, right, this isn't
yeah.
scalable. And to this day, I don't know any agencies doing well with Harrow. I think Harrow actually shut down this year. So
Yeah,
maybe,
I remember that. It's like we had it. Can you remember? It was like because we couldn't promise, like obviously now we can like no matter what the budget is, we can always guarantee we can get the links, you know. And I think like with Harrow, that was the thing. It was like because it's so much, like we have like little to no control over that at all, you know. So it was like, yeah, we couldn't for always, like there were times it obviously, as you know, depending on like the niche and stuff like that. But it was like, yeah, we couldn't always promise and fulfill. And it was just like, yeah, it was getting way too complicated. But as you said, like very like little return. Yeah, it was that was a tough time.
yeah, yeah, I would agree. And then I think as well, like one thing as a agency owner, if you're an agency owner watching this, QC everything, quality control as much as you can, and like you won't even know what if this is the first time you're running an agency or you've never run like a client success team. You won't even know what to quality control, which means that you kind of have to make those mistakes or proactively think about it a lot before you get into the habit of like, okay, let's watch some onboarding calls, let's watch some client calls, let's actually jump on call. Like I was on a call with a client yesterday just because I still want to be there and I still want to be close to my clients and understand them. But the attention to detail required is way higher than most agency owners. You know, like most agency owners, what they do is like they'll get a client success team and they're just like, right, there you go, there's all my clients. You just go off and figure it out. And it just doesn't work, right?
No,
No, no. No, that's it. And the same with sales. Like if you have a sales team, you want to be like just building that positive feedback loop where you set the standard and you quality control everything. And same for
100%. Yeah.
you. Same for you. Like I know you have, for example, you work closely with the ops team, and then you're
Mhm.
quality controlling the backlinks before you send it to some of the clients, right?
100%. Yeah, 100%.
QC is everything.
Yeah.
Not very sexy, not very interesting, but it's super important.
I think it also keeps, obviously, as you said, like it keeps a good like flow in the team. Like obviously with me and you, it's like obviously we speak every day, you know,
Yeah.
like doing our quality checks and like making sure that, you know, you're also helping like me grow, you know. So it's like I think it keeps that good, healthy bond within like an agency. Because I think sometimes as like we've seen like in the past and with like, you know, like it's happened within our agency where we wasn't having you know, like as like much communication, like things drop where you don't even remember, you know, like it's just like
Yeah,
little
yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So I'm like, that could also be like say another like kind of little mistake we've had where it's like we weren't as like let's say aligned, you know, and it wasn't that like anything was intentional and it was just like either I was maliciously doing it. It's just like
No,
some
no.
things just drop naturally, you know, and but like you know like having like daily check-ins and obviously like quality check-in really helps like the end goal it always helps our clients you know and it's only going to build like better relationships with our clients when we are like making sure that we are ticking off everything we promise and that we say we're going to do.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. It's like I think it's just as humans, this is human nature. This is something that I've learned from building out the team across all the departments that we have. We are forgetting machines. Like honestly, I would say 95% of the stuff that we start doing, if we're not reminded, it just flows over the top of the head. And it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
most of the time we don't need to learn something new. There's not, wouldn't say there's like anything magical with client retention, but it's more like you do the fundamentals and you make sure they're done really well. Like that's it, right?
100%.
Yeah, yeah. So I think most of the time you don't need to learn to reinvent the wheel, but you do need to learn to like keep everything running. Like for me, and I'm sure you get these messages each day on Discord as well. For me, 60 minutes a day at least is just team chase ups. It's like, have you done this? Have you done that? Reminders to do this. Don't forget to do that. We talked about this on sales course last week. Make sure you do that.
Yeah,
And that just keeps everything running and stops people dropping the ball, you know?
100%.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, so we got some good actionable stuff there. So I think in terms of actionable stuff, if you're an agency owner and you're wondering, okay, what can I do? What are the big tweaks? Number one, get an account manager. Someone like Stephanie is absolutely amazing to have on your team. I would definitely recommend for most SEO agencies, if you're working with US clients, you want like someone either in the US or Europe. I think that's what clients tend to warm well to. Number two, make sure that you're checking in with your clients every single week. I know it sounds so basic, but 99% of agencies I know don't have any sort of systems. to check if you're emailing or proactively sending Loom videos and that sort of thing. And number three, when it comes to actionables, I would recommend that you send a Loom video to each of your clients every single month. Like you do this, Stephanie, right? You have a client call with them or you Loom video them. But either way, they're getting something from you.
At least, yeah, at least once a month. They will always have, yeah, as you said, check-in call or a Loom video running over what they've got from us that month. And it's like a whole next step because some people forget, like some people
Yeah.
forget what like we're actually doing and what they've actually got. So it's just like a little reminder. But yeah, there's always at least one once a month, like touch base, like face to face or like obviously face to video. So yeah, at least once a month.
The other thing I would say, like, is that sometimes you get these clients that just, if you do the right things all the time, they'll just stick with you for years and years. Like, there's some clients I handed over to you years ago when you came on for us, and they're still with
Mhm.
you today, right? Like, for example,
Yeah,
I won't say his
there's
full
a
name,
big
but Adam, for example, he's been with us since day
yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah,
hmm Yeah, a big handful of people. And it's just like yeah, I think that's why we have good retention as an agency. It's like we don't just focus on getting new in and like that's it.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
new in, but keeping like, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you're like, nurturing them, like looking after them,
yeah.
making sure that they're like they get what they want and they're happy, because that's what the goal is. If they feel neglected, they're gonna go, because there's gonna be other people that are trying to like snap the man up and stuff like that. So it's just like, yeah, you've got to like nurture and look after the clients that you have.
Definitely, definitely. All right, well, thanks for being on, Stephanie. We'll get you on more videos. Great to have you on here.
You're more than welcome.
And if anyone's watching, like if you want a free SEO strategy session, one-to-one, that basically tells you exactly how many backlinks you need, maybe you're an agency. Our best clients are agencies. We love working with agencies. So if you want to book in a call, feel free to do that. And number one, we can give you some help on SEO. Number two, we can give you some help on your agency if you have any questions. And number three, we'll just break down exactly how many backlinks you need to rank, to get results. And if we're the right fit, feel free to hire us. But we'll see you on there. Link in the comments and description. Feel free to get that. Cheers, Stephanie.
Bye.
Bye bye.